up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What is up, everybody? Oh, geez, I made myself mini on the screen. Look at that. It's your boy Reckless Raidinair, and we are back at it again with another episode of Operation Debt. Now, our goals here is to crush this debt, most of which is asset-backed. Our asset portfolio is finally at a point to where it's eclipsing the debt consistently. It's numbers just what it is, which means that if something were to happen and I needed to liquidate to go ahead and pay this off completely, I could do that. Reason I'm not, opportunity cost, we're generating income. The income's going to pay back the debt. We're going to start doing it in chunks. And that's just going to be what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it to the screen. We're going to go ahead and jump in, look at the numbers. And actually, let's make it a little bit smaller there. There we go. And then for those of you that are watching, let's see if we can. Oh, hold on. It's too small. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty good size. Okay. So first and foremost, we've got that medical debt. It's what it is. Our balance is down to $827.70. We are not making any major efforts to do that. It's on auto pay. One of the things that we did do strategically, I went ahead and moved over the payment to my HSA. So like now this is coming out of HSA money, which is actually for medical. It's a medical debt. So we're going to go ahead and do it over on that. It's 0% interest, so it's not really a priority. And it looks like we've got calculator because Ray doesn't do math well. Jump on this calculator. We got 827. I'm just going to say 828 divided by 290. Got 3 more payments, which is cool. So 3 more months, this is going to be gone. Got our Spotify bill came in on the Capital One Quicksilver. The Capital One Venture is sitting at $-, not a priority. The Citibank is moving in the wrong direction. So this is it's kind of it's funny, but we're probably gonna have to cycle this over, which kind of sucks, but I'm gonna have to do it to kind of keep it from moving in the wrong, because like it's moving in the wrong direction. Like it's going up now, and I was like, oh, so we're out of our this actually is just, it's not at 0% anymore. I'm gonna have to update that. But I noticed today, I was looking at the card side, like some of these, I don't know where they're sitting, but like the last time we used this was to start the portfolio. So it's probably been about a year. And we're getting hit on interest. So this one's going to have to move because it is not helping us having it sit there, obviously. Which our Chase, oh, hold up. Ugh. That was in the wrong spot. So the Citibank is probably going to be moving to our Chase slate, which I do have the ability to balance transfer to. That's basically the benefit of that card. It's a balance transfer card. So we'll be taking a little bit of a hit, but we're going to get it back to where it's not going to be eating into us. And then the priority card to pay off will most likely be this Discover card will be the next one that gets dealt with, most likely. Which brings, so our last one that we've got is our Discover, which also is sitting at 0% until January. We had a good deal on that, so that's where we threw some of the money. The Citibank will probably be going on to the Chase slate, which I think it has 0% until December or January. And we'll get that moved get it handled, get it taken care of. Our daily driver, which is the Chase Sapphire. I'm also going to have to add a Robinhood in here. Well, actually, after we get the debt paid off, the Chase Sapphire, because this is our daily driver right now. So we're sitting at 25.73.94. Yeah, that was my indicator that we're going to be chilling for a little bit and spend too much money. It's that simple. And it's also we're spending money and then I'm forcing myself to kind of give all of this a back seat. So I need to not spend money. And, you know, you have outings, you have things that you want to do. You end up with a little bit of debt. That's not horrible in comparison to what a lot of people are dealing with in their daily drivers, because 3 of these positions are covered by, well, 4 of these debts are covered by either the HSA portfolio or my dividend portfolio. So we're kind of outside of the Citibank because we're getting pinged on interest on that now. We need to move it, obviously. And the Chase Sapphire comes out of my check. So basically, as my checks come in for right now, eventually my entire check will be going into my income portfolio, and the income portfolio will pay for everything. As it sits now, we're chunking the Chase Sapphire down, like my utilities, everything with the exception of like maybe 1 or 2 things to keep these other credit cards active, is sitting on the Chase Sapphire. So it's always a little bit overbloated because I'm waiting for, you know, utilities payments from roommates and whatnot. So as that money comes in, it gets chunked down a little bit more. But normally by the end of the month, you're getting all your end of the month payments, which is when everybody pays their utilities the last possible second, unlike me, who just pays them when the bill comes in. But I understand. I get it. So Chase Sapphire is going to just look bloated at the end of the month. It's just what it is. We're just trying to make note of where it's at so we can make sure it's going down in the correct direction. Bank of America, again, low priority. It's sitting. Current debt load is the 0% until July 2026. We are paying that down little by little. Again, starting in August, we're going to be swinging the bat at these positions. We're literally just handling maintenance right now, which is I'm covering, as soon as I get my dividend payments, I'm pulling out all the minimum payments that I have to have. Now, mind you, one of the things that I do that most people who are kind of sitting stuff on the sidelines don't do is my minimum payment is based on the initial first minimum payment. Because if you're at 0%, the minimum payment goes down as you pay it down. If my maintenance amount is whatever that first payment was, and even as that goes down, I keep paying that same first minimum payment. So I'm pulling those, and then as you pay off positions, I also roll that into the next position, and you go, okay, well, this is what I was paying. So like when we paid the Chase slate off initially, we rolled that over and we were applying that also towards the Citibank payment. Well, Citibank's paying is doxing or taxing us with interest now because we're out of the 0% interest rate realm. So now I want to move this because I've got a couple of more months of minimum payments, and I don't want this balance growing while I'm trying to pay down everything else. Like, you just don't want to be catching interest, especially on numbers this big. But come August, we're going to have some big numbers, and so some of these cards will get just completely wiped out that first month, because it should be, hopefully, depending, as long as the markets gods are favorable to us, should be a big month. And we're setting it up so that even if it's not a big month, the small amount will still suffice, considering we're getting 2 Misty payments in August. It's going to be great. And we're just getting positioned for that. And then starting August forward, we're just barreling through the debt. That's going to be our primary focus, is just getting this debt out of here. And yeah, so that's what we're going to have for the debt crusher for me. Obviously, oh, let me pull this back to the screen real quick. Obviously, as we're looking down here, we were previously at like over $30,000. We are down to $28,872.57. Now, this is going to be just like the conversation we had when it was at 30. This is going to be sitting at 28 for 2 months, and then we're going to start seeing it chunk down. 16,000 of it is in the high priority sphere. Obviously, we've got to get our daily driver paid down, but we got utilities on there, so it's what it is. And then, yeah, so we're looking good. It's probably going to be sitting at total debt. It's probably going to be at 28,000-ish for the next few months. Not few, next 2 months, because we got this month, the month that we're in now, which you're seeing this video in, is June. And then July, we're also going to be doing this again for 1 more month. And then after we get through July, going into August, starting in August, taps are going full bore, which means that that income portfolio is going to start doing the things that I built that income portfolio to do, which is just destroy debt and cover reinvestments. But its priority is going to be destroying debt. That's what we're going to be looking at, like, at least in the onset. Like, I understand the opportunity cost therein, but we'll have like a minimum maintenance for transitioning monies over to the other portfolios. And then everything else is just going for debt deployment, which means I'm going to be getting fat deposits in the bank, and then I'm going to be making fat payments on these credit cards and just getting them out of the way. And then once we're clear through that, the next phase is going to be rampant growth, which is us focusing on building out portfolios, because we won't have debt to crush really at that point. It'll be a little bit of debt on the daily driving credit card, and then us focusing on building it out so that way we don't have to do that until we start redeploying to build up these portfolios again. That's going to be the next thing, is like, hey, now that we've paid this off and it's clear, now we have a lot of liquid capital that we should be having access to, which means that as soon as they start sending out those offer checks, we're going to be depositing them and then buying assets. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be making some moves. We're going to use that as a capital funding strategy. Like, there's no reason not to, in my opinion. I understand other people have different thoughts about it, but people use those same checks to go on vacation, and the vacation doesn't go up in value or pay them. So it is what it is. Until next month, people, it's been another episode of Operation Debt. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. Don't forget to hit that like, join the Wolf Pack, hit that subscribe button, tap in with me down in the comments, and let me know if I'm a crazy person or if you're rocking with it. Let me know what you're thinking, because we got to be okay talking about all the facets, good, bad, and ugly. Debt, people don't like talking about how much debt they're in because they don't have a plan for getting rid of it. And they don't have the reasons that they got into debt are also up for question. Me personally, most of my debt is asset backed. I utilize my credit cards. The only reason I have good credit is because I want access to that as additional liquidity for investing. So the intent and the outcomes are going to be a little bit different between me and your standard person and how they look at it. Because I sleep well at night with this debt, because I'm like, well, the portfolio is doing what the portfolio needs to do. So like, we're finally ahead. Anyways, next month, people, we'll be back at it again with an update to see where the numbers are at. They're probably going to be about the same because we're in turtle mode. We're just doing maintenance. So we'll see how it turns out. Till then, it's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are out. Peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.